In our Worldly Today, President Trump dismissing the Russian bounty intelligence story as a hoax meant to damage him and Republicans. The president often touts his relationship with his Russian counterpart, Vladimir Putin, though new CNN reporting details how Putin, a former top Soviet spy master, often gets the better of Trump. Quote, Putin just outplays him, said a high-level administration official, comparing the Russian leader to a chess grandmaster and Trump to an occasional player of checkers, unquote. As CNN's Matthew Chance reports for us now, Trump may also be helping Putin consolidate power for years to come.
With Putin tightening his grip on the Kremlin, he could point to the US president as one reason for his enduring appeal. I would elect him for another 10 years, says Antonina, who's voting for constitutional changes that could keep Putin in power until 2036. When Trump won in 2016, they celebrated in Russia. Finally, a US leader critical of NATO and the EU, who they believed saw the world their way, Putin's way. Still, few expected him to back the Russian president over his own intelligence agencies on allegations of US election meddling. Even Putin looked uncomfortable at the 2018 Helsinki summit, intervening to insist President Trump had disagreed with him on something.
President Trump's stance on Crimea is well known and he sticks to it. We have a different point of view.
But apparent bows to Kremlin interests didn't end. In 2019, President Trump announced a sudden pullout of US forces from Syria, abandoning Kurdish allies, allowing Russian forces to take over deserted US bases, filling the vacuum and a long-standing Kremlin goal. US officials later clarified some forces would stay to secure the oil. But in other conflicts, like Ukraine, Trump also played well to the Russian audience. Threats to suspend vital military aid fueled bitter impeachment hearings in Washington. It was music to the Kremlin's ears as their forces backed rebels in the country's east. Now, as Russians look set to endorse Putin for potentially another 16 years, Trump's apparent soft spot for the Kremlin strongman amid allegations of Russian bounties to kill US troops is being tested again.
Well, Jake, on that issue of Russian bounties, the Kremlin are sticking to the White House line, calling it a hoax and a lie. They're also criticising the American media for what they say is spreading propaganda about Russia. In other words, saying exactly what they always say when allegations of Russian wrongdoing are presented to them. Jake.
All right, Matthew Chance with that important report from London. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. You can follow the show at The Lead CNN. Our coverage on CNN continues right now.